Wizards of Morcar is official. It is announced. It is ready to pre-order. You can pre-order it right now. There's not links in the description below because I'm rushing to get this video out, but you can go to Amazon.com right now. That's at least one store that has Wizards of Morcar in stock. I got my pre-order in. This was revealed at Spiel in Essen, Germany. Special thanks to Arnold Dekans, who was doing a live stream showing off the reveals as they were happening at the convention. But that was the beginning of the global reveal of Wizards of Morcar, the latest quest pack expansion for HeroQuest, and it feels like the end of a very, very awesome era for HeroQuest, because not only was this the last expansion that Avalon Hill needed to redo, remake, and release to honor the classical expansions that were formerly region locked to the EU and UK, but also the classic expansions in general. All of the officially released classic X-Packs have been redone and are available retail-wise. They're all out there now. Wizards of Morcar being the last one, and the one that I looked forward to probably the most out of all of these. Wizards of Morcar, interestingly enough, is not called Wizards of Zargon. They're keeping the name Morcar, and we don't have a confirmation yet, at least from the details in the back of the box, what Morcar is. But there is a lot of content with this, and I'm so happy to very respectfully rub it in the faces of everybody who said, no, I think that this isn't going to come with any stuff at all, because look at Crypt of Perpetual Darkness and look at First Light. Guys, read the room. Those releases had nothing to do with these mainstays releases, these big box X-Packs, and also, very respectfully, a good I told you so to anybody who thought that this wasn't going to come out, that HeroQuest was sunsetting on First Light and then the Crypt of Perpetual Darkness retail release. Very, very happy that those were wrong, unfounded. So glad. I told you so. This was coming out. And here it is. And it looks amazing. There's so much content with this expansion. We have our 3 magical walls, plus a mimic door and a mimic treasure chest, as well as a new female sculpt for the wizard. Pretty cute looking. It's very samey. I don't know that we needed another one, but it's cute and it's available and it's ready to go. And if you did not have the female wizard from First Light and you didn't have the female wizard from the Mythic tier, there's one here for you. So the female wizards, the female hero versions have pretty much been rounded out, except for the dwarf. So we still need a female dwarf, and I'm not talking about the explorer. Moving on, we have all of the mercenaries that would have come with the original release. They're all here. They're all right there. We have 12 of them, just like we did back then. Looks like we have enough to have 3 swordsmen, 3 halberdiers, 3 scouts, 3 crossbowmen. And not only that, but they're cast in 3 different colors rather, of plastic. I don't know exactly why this is yet. If there's going to be any sort of differentiation between the colors, I don't think so. I think that this is just a way for people to be able to tell who they've hired and who belongs to whom. It also might be a way to differentiate the different kinds of soldiers, because if you look, we have a purple. Let's see if we can, probably don't have... No, we don't have a specific image showing that. I'll just zoom in. This is Sir Ragnar, reportedly. Sir Ragnar here in full knight gear, and he's a purple sculpt, and there are 4 mercenaries that have this color. So it could be that he has his own sort of guard. If we go with that line of thinking, there are 4 that are red, and those could be hireable by the heroes, and then we have 4 that are gray, and those could be enemies that are not as strong as the guard. We have all kinds of ways that these could be played, and we still have a lot to go over with the contents of the box. We have these 2 golem-like creatures. They look like they could be clockwork animated from Dread Magic. I'm getting steampunkish vibes, or something like ancient technology revived. It could also be people just wearing bulky armor. I don't necessarily have anything to go off of that tells me that they're mechanical in any way. I'm just thinking magically animated. The most impressive, surprising part out of all this for a lot of people might be the Minotaur. Minotaur being the monster that was going to come with the original Wizard Quest pack, which was unfortunately not released. And I'm so glad that this Minotaur does not look like the one from a certain Talisman expansion. I'm not talking about the 3rd edition Minotaur. He was awesome. Always awesome. I'm talking about something else that I can't necessarily put in spoiler tags because I'm on a roll ranting and raving. I'm so excited about this. We have our not 4, but 5 wizards right here on the cover, and you might be thinking, why? Why 5 wizards? What's that about? We've got 5. We've got our original Borosh, the Storm Master. Borosh. I don't think I ever knew how to actually say his name. We've got the High Mage, we've got the Necromancer, and we have Nyashak, the daughter or niece, I can't remember already, of Grawshak, the original orc shaman. She has a different class. It remains to be seen if these other guys will have different class names. I know that there are, well, actually, we could probably look at the cards and see. Could probably look at the cards. Our mercenaries are right here. It looks like we've got our 4 cards for our 4 mercenaries. This does confirm that that is a wizard hero, a learned and clever spellcaster. We have our wizard card right here. We have some tiles that come with this. We have a map that comes with this, and there are circles kind of outlined on the map. Don't know what that's about. We have Artificer spells, spells of darkness, spells of detection, spells of protection. So all the original wizard spells from Wizards of Morcar are here. We have our High Mage spells, Necromancer spells, Warcaster spells, and Storm Master spells. And the Warcaster, very clearly, that's an orc lady. So that should be our Nyashak, which means Artificer. Artificer is brand new, the brand new deck of cards in all of this. And I'm so happy that they kept true to the original, but we have just so much more seemingly than what the original had. The quest book is confirmed to have 10 quests in it, by the way. It does say that the 5 original are there and 5 reimagined. I've got some speculation as to what that means, but really excited to see it. We have our eyeball room, which looks amazing. We've got plenty of skull tokens. We've got some purple gas tokens. We've got our lightning spell token that you'll put on the board to signify the lightning spell that's been cast. We have our crumbled rock crevasse ground opening up spell tile. We have a key, and then we have what looks like a heart in a coffin, and I'm not sure what that's about. So when I saw these sculpts, I was thinking that the miniature with the hammer and the large cannon thing was going to be Nyashak, but that is apparently not, because the Warcaster is over here with the lantern. So that's our shaman replacement. Unless I'm wrong and they're subverting expectations, let's continue on looking at this. Lore Tome has foreseen the alliance of the realm's most powerful wizards, all of whom have agreed to do Zargon's dark bidding. This time Zargon seeks the legendary magic of 1,000 dread sorcerers locked away in the high altar of the northern dread wastes. If Zargon gets his hands on this power, all will be lost. He will be unstoppable. A classic tale returns with 5 additional quests. Venture to the northern dread wastes and destroy a terrible power in 10 reimagined quests based on the 1991 iteration of Wizards of Morcar. That is so cool. So there's so much content that comes with this, so much more content than what comes with the original expansion. I love the sculpts as usual. I think that the wizard sculpts are super impressive. I actually saw a leaked picture, and I gotta say, guys, pox on the person who leaks this stuff. Pox on somebody who sneakily breaks their embargo. If you did that, you should not do that. Shame on you. It's clout. It's not good. You shouldn't do that. Shay, I'm slapping your wrist right now. People want to disagree, they can. I don't like it. I don't like people breaking embargo, breaking street date, being sneaky and leaking stuff just to get a couple of clicks or views. I don't like that. But this was actually shared around. Something about it, I don't have the full story. I'm gonna get it all wrong and out of context. I don't care, because if you're embargo breaking, you don't deserve the respect of a proper story. Somebody was posting pictures on Etsy or an AliExpress or something, and there was a lot of speculation about whether they were real. And to be fair, there were some other pictures or minis mixed in. I don't know. Some people were like, it's obviously not real. I, looking at the first pictures that I saw, was like, that looks dumb and it's not real. And what I saw didn't really have much to do with this. But the second picture that I saw, which had the wizard sculpts, I thought looked so good that if they weren't officially leaked wizards, that they should definitely be the wizards. Like I thought they were really, really cool looking. And I saw the picture of these 5 right here, as well as the 2 golems, I'm going to call them until I see the card that says what they are. There's still so much to look at. So let's keep going. I can't get a better look at this. I'll just zoom in. We have a map of a town. We've got the Witch's Hut, the Hopkins Keep, the Peacekeeper's Tower, the Arcane Library, the Cathedral of Hope, the Wandering Monsters Mercenary Guild, the Sharpshooters Archery Range, the Dewdrop Inn, and the Training Barracks. So count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 of them all together. There is a new deck of cards called the Boon of Heroism deck. Looks like there's 6 of them in the example picture here. Doesn't necessarily mean that there's only going to be 6, but usually they kind of clue you in on what all is going to be included by putting those specific card numbers there. We have nothing else that tells me what the monsters that are here are called. Looks like they were very careful about hiding that, but we do have our original walls, our magical walls. The one is made of rock. It's not that magical. And then we have our lovely side of the box, just further imprinting the shoe of Avalon Hill that says Wizards of Morcar at the bottom of the sole into the faces of those who did not believe. The box art looks pretty cool. I think it'd be pretty hard to mess up the original's awesome looking box art. It's one of my favorite pictures across all the box art for HeroQuest, period. I love the image of the 4 Wizards of Morcar, and I'm so happy to just continue to be able to say Wizards of Morcar. Perhaps Morcar in this sense is a region. Perhaps it is the place that the maps here are referring to. Perhaps it is the artificer. Doubt it. Kind of doubt that. Perhaps it is something else entirely. We don't know, and I'm fine not knowing, honestly, because it doesn't matter what Morcar is or isn't. The fact that it's included at all is the important part, and I think that's just so cool. We got 5 wizards. We got 5 wizards, and they're counting the artificer as a wizard, which is so cool. And I just want to do a special shout out to Arnold Tigans, who was there at Essen live streaming the coverage. I want to say thanks to Kurgan and Home of HeroQuest fans for coming into the server and posting that link in the Amalgam Archive, which is my well-fortified home. I want to thank Ribby and Liorlek and Amia the Smole and Draconan and Virg for having some lively discussion around this and posting pics and sharing stuff while I was busy. But there was no part of this that I looked at and was not excited about. I was actually looking at the 3rd picture that I saw, which was leaked from that Etsy store or whatever that got deleted pretty quick. And it was these 2 green golem-like characters and these 2 chests, the chest and the door, the mimics, basically. And I thought, there's no way. They're fake. It can't be real. That's not real. That doesn't look like HeroQuest. But it is. It is, and it was. So that's very strange. It's strange that the leak came about on Etsy this time, and unfortunately, that means that future Etsy pictures are going to be scrutinized and shared, and people are going to be speculating that, and people are going to be trying to get clout over it, which I can't stand that, but it's going to happen, so whatever. I'm especially interested in every single square cubic nanometer of this. I'm not conflicted about the Minotaur. I think it's cool. It's really, really cool. It is cool. It's probably better than I expected, to be honest. I'm going to say well done. I can't really pass any more judgment than that. I said that this was Sir Ragnar earlier. I don't know where there was confirmation of it. Maybe it was said at Spiel in Essen live, but I didn't see it anywhere in writing. So maybe this was, maybe it's not. I think that it's supposed to be, though, in full knight outfit. So at his prime, like we're finally able to fight him the way that the creators intended. Where is this going to be in the overall timeline of things? It doesn't matter. It never matters. It's not really a question that you even need an answer to. You can put it anywhere you want. I know that the original Wizards of Morcar had some balance issues, according to some folks, and now that it's been updated into the US rule set, it's bound to be a little more challenging. And like I said in my speculation video about that, which you can still go and check that out, I thought that this would be a great opportunity for Avalon Hill to have quests that led up into the original 5 quests and would gear you for those encounters in the latter 5 quests. But it's very clear that this could go a very different direction, although it does say that we are going to get our original 5 quests. And I just wanted to read the Amazon details here. Expand your HeroQuest game. Based on the 1991 iteration, this Wizards of Morcar quest pack introduces 10 epic quests, a skill acquisition game mechanic. So there's our unique thing to this expansion that doesn't exist in any of the other expansions to date, an alternate wizard hero sculpt, and more. Requires HeroQuest game system sold separately. Destroy a terrible power, and yes, it does say HeroQuest game system, so that can mean either the First Light or original HeroQuest big box game systems. They would both be compatible. Obviously, the game system, the original one, would be much more attractive looking with all of this stuff, but if you just have First Light, this is fully compatible with First Light. It's very unlikely to use any cave maps, but it's compatible with the topside board for sure, 100%. Venture to the Northern Dread Wastes and stop Zargon from unlocking the legendary magic of 1,000 Dread sorcerers before all is lost. That sounds so cool. That sounds so epic. Add to your collection of miniatures. This tabletop game expansion comes with 27 finely detailed miniatures, including an alternate wizard hero. Also 64 game cards with updated custom artwork. That's exciting. And I'm also really happy that this doesn't look AI generated at all. Like, the details get lost as you go further in the background, but nothing is inconsistent. It's just the normalcy of details getting lost as you come forward. Nobody's got weird hands or anything going on. Not too many spikes. Things look symmetrical. There's not too many buckles, too many chains, none of that crap going on. I'm really happy that this looks so soulfully human, and I just have to give props and respect and definitely kudos to Avalon Hill for not repeating a decision from before. Embark on 5 original quests based on the 91 iteration and dare to take on 5 additional ones. Venture into darkness, vanquish foes, and encounter unlikely allies. In this fantasy expansion pack, heroes may visit Hopkins Rest to acquire boons of heroism that help them progress. And there's multiple paths to victory. Enjoy limitless replayability with many ways to win. You can also create your own stories and quests. And there's our shout out to the First Light board game. I love it. I love it. Play as a wizard hero with unique powers. Hero spellcasters can now choose from 3 fresh sets of spells and build magical barriers of ice, flame, or stone. So that's incredible. It's not just a rehash of the wizard. They're giving you more power, which we're all always asking for more power. Here's our wizard. She still comes with 2 red dice, a dagger, and a nun to wear, which if you've got the proxy sculpt for it, you can absolutely make that accurate. If you know what, never mind. But that's all I have to say. I just wanted to share my excitement, thank some people, say, yes, it's coming out. No, I don't think this is going to be, sadly, the last expansion. I would like for people to stop saying that. Look forward to the bright future that HeroQuest has, because even though this is the last thing that they needed to remaster, re-release, really, it doesn't hint or point to an end. If anything, everything would have ended before we got Jungles. If anything, everything would have ended before we got this, but we got this. And I don't think it was due to just, well, they had it in the trenches and they were already working on it when the big layoffs and all that. I don't think so. I think that there is an actual very capable crew at Avalon Hill that was able to put this together. And I think that we can continue to see expansions. And you can disagree, but it's okay to be wrong sometimes. I will eat crow if I'm wrong. I already have to eat some crow because I thought that the leaks were fake images. I didn't think they were fake images. I thought that they were fake minis. You know what I mean? They were real though. So again, so happy. Look forward to, of course, the unboxing and all that stuff on this channel and high detail resolution photos and videos and all of that. And we'll look at every single little piece there is to offer when it comes out. It looks like I'm going to get my copy in March, if I'm lucky. Maybe sooner. This item will be released on March 1st, 2026, though, officially. So thank you all for your kind support, your kind attention. I'll see you in the next exciting adventure. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your journey. For now, brave heroes, and onward.